Welcome back. Tom is starting the new year off with a green thumb. Unlike my black thumbs, I kill everything.
Me too. But he joins us now from the plant room. Tom, how's it going?
You know, it's going fine. And you know, as you were saying, green thumb, black thumb, I do not have a green thumb, but I know somebody who does. This is Amafir, and as you said, we're at the plant room on South Glenstone. Thanks a lot for having me by.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Okay, we're going to start a little bit different because plant room, we're going to show you some of the plants in a little bit, but you have classes. People can learn things here. You have a room meant just for that.
Yeah, we've got a workshop here at the plant room now where we host classes every month, and then you can also rent this space if you want to do, you know, corporate classes, or if you just, you know, have like a bridal shower or something that you'd like to have a little bit of greenery.
And people can find out what's coming on your website and everything like
media.
that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to shift gears a little bit because growing plants and making beautiful plants, that's kind of a work of art. Hence, I don't have a green thumb. And you dedicate part of the plant room to art.
Yeah, so if you want to follow me over
Sure.
here, we actually have a whole corner dedicated to local artists here in the area. We've got a lot of people in Springfield that make, you know, macrame. We've got apparel. Obviously, you can see our resin art, cards, a lot of different, you know, products that you see in this corner, all dedicated to
And these
local
are
artists.
just really nice pieces of art. I'm just looking at the different pottery and things like that. Very
We've got
nice.
about 6 potters now.
And these are local artists.
Yep. Everyone's in the Springfield, Rogersville, Nixa, Ozark area.
Supporting local artists.
Yeah, very important.
I do like that. And I mean, okay, now we shift into the plants because you have plants galore here.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
And walking around earlier, I mean, I'm not really big time knowledgeable, but I'm seeing plants I have never seen before.
Yeah, we kind of specialize in having plants that you don't see every day, not going to see at the big box stores. We've got a lot of uncommon plants behind our glass that have been imported or that we've propagated. And then over here, we just have some that are a little bit less expensive, a little bit more common, but still, you're not going to see, you know, the string of pearls everywhere.
Right, exactly. But I mean, I'm looking throughout. I mean, just in this area alone, some really,
We've got
I love this.
2-inch plants all the way up to about 14-inch potted plants. So you'll be able to find a really good variety here.
Now, the one thing that I know about myself, and you've probably gotten the hint already, is I do not have a green thumb. Handing me a plant without help you're murdering a plant is what you're doing. Can I get help to learn how to work with these here?
The great thing about our store is you're going to get expert advice from all of our employees. We're all trained to teach people how, you know, starting from beginner to someone that has been growing plants for, you know, 20 years, 30 years. You can come in, we can talk to you, teach you, or, you know, just geek out about plants.
Let's keep moving this way so we can look at all this great stuff here.
We've got pottery as well, a lot of pottery down there at the end. And then we've got little air plants for people who don't want to plant in soil. You can just put one of these in like a little glass terrarium. You
Get out.
Yeah, you can set them,
See,
you know, on a table.
I really never even realized that was around. Oh, okay.
We're getting ready for Valentine's Day, too.
You know, I'm seeing air plants, but I also notice a little bit behind you here, we have a tank.
Yeah.
I know there are some fish in here, but there are plants in there.
Yeah, we've got aquatic plants now available for sale. We've got a big tank over by our cash register, but this is kind of one of our display tanks to see what some of the cuttings will look like if you wanted to do your own planted tank with some Malaysian driftwood.
I'm looking at these. This is really unusual, to my eye anyway.
And believe it or not, this is the kind of plant you water once a month.
So I could probably deal with that.
Low light, high light, doesn't matter.
And plenty of things to plant them in.
Yeah, we actually have a free repotting service here. So if you buy a plant and a pot, we'll just pot it for you, and there's no extra fee.
Can I learn how to repot too?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh.
See, that's what I like. What am I seeing here? Is it a terrarium?
Got a little lizard in here. Believe it or not, we found a frog today too. I'm not sure where our lizard is.
Well, that's right. They like to stay hidden. I know that.
And then we've got a free trade your cutting wall. So you can bring in a cutting and get one.
Now, over here, we're going to be coming back to here, you know, when we come back in just a few minutes. But this is unusual. I've not seen
Yeah.
anything like this before.
So this is our substrate bar. We'll be talking more about it after we come back, but
All right.
it's something that we do that kind of sets us apart.
All right, so little bit, we'll come back again to the plant room, so don't go far. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tom. It's funny because we were talking during their interview about how like it's so impressive people like Emma who know so much about plants, because I would have no idea how to nurture a plant, but people over the plant room know how to help you, and that's really
I've
interesting.
had them forever, and I kill every single one of them.
I do too. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're not alone.